Hill training. Yes, I'm putting the word hill and training together. It is not just something that you're going to struggle to get up. A hill is something to be conquered. A hill has everything. Aerobic fitness, anaerobic fitness, move your FTP, lactic tolerance, muscular strength, cardiovascular development. It is your fast forward fitness button. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to press that button. Roll intro. In this video, I'm going to talk about hill repeats. Did you hear that? Repeat means more than once. So I want you to use a hill that you're familiar with. I'm not saying a hill that you love, because a lot of people may be riding home and they'll avoid a hill, or they'll see a hill and they'll think, oh my God, it's like walking down the street and you see somebody you don't want to make eye contact with. I want you to make eye contact with this hill. I want you to fall in love with it, because you're going to conquer it. No more complaining about, oh, I wish my belly was smaller, I wish my ass was smaller. If only, if only. Every challenge has an opportunity hidden somewhere. We've just got to look for it. So, hill repeats. The hill has got to be familiar. You've got to know it. You've got to know the gradients, the left corners, the right twists, the hairpins. It's got to be familiar with you, because I want you going up and down with confidence. So, make it quiet. Choose a hill that's got less traffic if you can. It's not got a Tour de France crowd at the side clapping you. You see a hairpin and you want to stop, and some family jumps out with wine and cheese, giving you a round of applause, and all you want to do is stop, and you smile thinking, I want to stop. No, we don't need that. But a quiet road will increase confidence as we go up and down. And the next thing may sound strange. Make sure it's a hill. And what I mean by that is none of this 1, 2, 3% little drag. I want 4% and above. It has to have sections that really test you. And it's got to be roughly 3 minutes and beyond. 3 to 6 minutes is a good sweet spot. You can go to 10 minutes. I'll share at the end how we can use shorter hills, even a minute long. But for this video, let's try and focus on a hill that's going to give us at least 3 minutes of climbing. So before I go through the actual sessions, what you've got to understand is when you're on the hill, your torque is going to increase through the crank. So power does go up, but there's going to be times in these workouts whereby power will drop, but your heart rate, your internal respiration is going to be sky high. So you're going to be working at high heart rates, not necessarily always at that high power, but the workouts are going to be generally threshold and above. A lot of VO2 max and some anaerobic punches that we can really start to break down your glycogen usage, and we can really shoot up your cardiovascular system. You're going to be gasping for air. But the thing with hill repeats, you can see the finish. You know the finish is seconds or minutes away, and we're going to work on that, because remember, our suffering is not linked to our physiological capabilities. No, it's linked to your perception of the effort, and normally the perception of what you can achieve, and you have set those boundaries, and I want to strip them away on the hill. I don't want to strip you. Now, you're not going up the hill naked, okay? But you're trying to get naked with those barriers that you've set, and you're going to approach hills in a different way. Remember, fast forward fitness button. Let's press it. So workout number 1 is what I call the drive tempo. This is very similar to some of the crisscross workouts that I've shared. So if you've done them, you'll know that there is a point we're going to go hard and then we're going to catch. Catch at tempo or sub-threshold. That's the idea. Now remember, on the hill, your power will fluctuate. It will be fairly high, but your heart rate will generally be that little bit higher, especially if we've got a longer hill. That's what we want. So the drive tempo, you see the base of the hill, and you attack it, baby. You go as hard as you can into the base of that hill and you ride for 30 to 60 seconds hard. If you're a beginner, you may just look at 30 seconds. If you're a bit more advanced, you may build it up to 60 seconds and you go super hard. Now you may be able to pick a point on the hill, a road sign, a rock, a pretty flower, a bit of roadkill. Not so nice. But you're going to make that mark, and when you hit it, you drop to tempo. You try and catch the effort at that sub-threshold. Hands on the bars, nice high chest, big deep breaths, and you try and ride. You try and avoid falling into zone 1 or zone 2. Try and get close to zone 3 and keep that all the way. So you absorb that explosion at the base of the hill and you're still able to ride at a good tempo. Great effort. Roll over the top, recover at the top before you spin down. Recoveries in all of these workouts, anywhere between 2 to 3 minutes is fine. It will depend on the hill and your level of fitness, okay? Workout number 2 is what I call the Yo-Yo Slider. What we're going to do is take the VO2 max workouts we've done. So we're looking at 10 to 30 seconds and we're going to slide the efforts to super fast to super slow. So we don't need tempo. We want hot, boiling water and freezing ice cold water. Fast, slow, all the way up. So we drive into the bottom and we start fast. Hard. We pick that 10, 20, 30 second point. Ideally we're seated, but again it will depend on the terrain of the hill and the gearing and your particular style. So I'm not too bothered about that. You can have it standing, then we sit down, super soft. You control your gearing and your pedaling and you breathe, but you can only take the same time that you've spent riding. So if it's 30 seconds, no more than 30, then you wind up. Do not go on the hill and try and go flat into a sprint. Wind it up and bang out another 30. So you may have standing, sitting, or it may all be sitting, but you must keep up and down, and slide the intensity all the way to the top of the hill. It is a brutal way to climb a hill, but you are learning so much about yourself and you're really pushing threshold VO2 over and under sessions that you might find hard to do on your indoor trainer. But when you're outdoors, you can see the finish line, you can see the crest of the hill. So up, down, and finish with a hard effort. Always finish with the hard one and start with the hard one. So just work it out on the hill. Great session. Recover, roll round, do it again. Are you still here? Are you wanting that third workout? Of course you do. In fact, I've got about 10 to 20 workouts we can do on hills, and you're going to love when I'm out on the hill on the bike and sharing a few more with you. But anyway, the third one, this is either very easy or very difficult. Well, no ride on the hill coach is very easy. So stop that. You're confusing people. Sorry. Okay. It's easy to perform. I call this the ladder effect. So let's take the hill and let's break it into 3, 4 or 5 sections. This is easier to do in terms of building up reps or numbers. And what we're going to do is we're going to categorize each section based on time. It doesn't have to be an equal time, just mark it off. You may put markers on the hill or just visualize the points. And we're going to drive into the first one and we're going to go super hard and just hit that point and then cruise through, turn and come back. And then we're going to go again and we're going to reach the second point, cruise back down and go again. So you get less recovery time, but you're hitting shorter distances. Maybe you mark them at 200 meters or you mark them every minute or every 30 seconds. And what you do is you build up a series of steps on this ladder and you hit and hit and hit, okay? Now, if you do it in a group, it's a great workout because you can have one person go, hit the first marker. As soon as they hit it, the next person goes. Categorize it in ability so that people can chase others down, because the guys or girls that go off first, it doesn't have to motivate them. Set the target of, okay, I get a full rest once I've done 4 ramps or 5 ramps or 10 ramps. It doesn't matter depending on the hill, but it's a great way to use a hill that's shorter as well. So you may not have those long hills. You may only have a 30 to 60 second hill. Still do the same. Make the ramps, but just make them closer together. Up, down, up, down. It's a fantastic workout that can really destroy yourself inside 40 to 60 minutes. Destroy yourself. Do you really want to say that, coach? It's true. It's true, isn't it? Okay, before I go, some tips. Let's say that you're not so familiar with a hill. I would find one and do 3 to 5 reps at a steady, controllable pace. Get to know the hill, but get into the habit of going up and down. Where's safe to turn? What junctions are there on the hill, if any? But just get a feel for it, but also psychologically. Go up a hill more than once. Use it within your route, okay? And that gives you the confidence. And then experiment with your gearing. What gearing is allowing you to go up at particular paces? Far too often on hills, people may go into the hill on the fast effort and have it on the big ring on the front, but they may have the chain stretched at the back. So they may have the big ring at the back cassette as well. So let's say you've got an 1128, for example, and you've got it on your 50 front and your 28 rear. That chain is stretched. Try and get used to manoeuvring and using the cassette in the middle of the range, because far too often riders drop it while it's stretched onto the inside ring on the front, and the rear hanger is a little bit bent and boom, the cassette flies off, okay? We don't want that. So get used to your gearing and the sound of the gearing, soft. So no mashing on the pedals and hearing it clunk, clunk really loud as it crunches in. Work on that gearing, because when you stand up, remember, your activation through the 360 pedal stroke decreases, but you've got your body weight going through it, so the torque increases. So give yourself a couple of extra gears, because if you're in a soft gear and you stand up, you can fall over the top of the pedal stroke. What I mean is you collapse on the down phase just at the stop, because the gear's too soft for your body weight. So change the gear before you stand up. Get into a pattern. You see the point where you're going to attack, click, click, up, boom, 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 attack. You can tell I get excited about it, because hill climbing offers you everything you want. It is every workout wrapped up into one. Try it every week. 40 to 60 minutes. Let's say you arrive after a warm-up. Give yourself 40 minutes. So I don't know how many reps I'm going to get in, but I've got 40 minutes until I have to turn to get home. Boom, go for it. Set numbers if you are setting challenges. Odd numbers, numbers like 3 reps or 7 reps or 11 reps. Don't go 5 or 10. It's too easy. They're rounded up numbers that most people use. Do different numbers, because you might find that you'll tidy that number up and do an extra rep. It works. Hey folks, if that video has been of any use, do the usual thing. Thumbs up. Hit that button, tell YouTube, hey, the guy's got something sensible to say, even though we can't understand him half the time. Remember, I speak normal. It's everybody else that doesn't speak normal. Okay, you want some more? Think about Patreon? You want to join the Patreon channel? Hey, we've got Q&A sessions, we've got extra videos, bit deeper dive, hill climbing workouts for sure. And also remember, we've got Monday live podcast and we've got the live workouts on a Wednesday. In fact, at the time of shooting this, we're going to be doing some cell busters, which is a great workout to do indoors that can be replicated to the outdoors. Boy, I've been speaking so much. Yeah, I know. Hey, you stay safe, keep spinning, and remember, anyone can hill climb hard, but very few can hill climb smart. You stay safe, keep smiling. I'll see you in the next video.